So when Jim Clancy, that big, tall drink of water, arrived in Toronto to be part of the early Blue Jays in 1977, he became a hometown hero. Handsome, polite, a great person to all the fans, especially the children. And the big righty, my God, an all-star in 82, and bad news on the doorstep, he has passed away at age 69. Now the big righty, according to Canadian press, ranks second in franchise history in starts, innings pitched, and complete games. Now, Clancy, again, an expansion Blue Jay, spent 12 seasons with the club as a key member as a starting rotation. The Blue Jays confirmed Clancy's death in a social media post Monday. A cause of death was not given. Clancy was selected by the Blue Jays 6th overall in the 76 MLB expansion draft, made his big league debut in that beautiful summer of 77, July 26. The contest was against the Rangers at Toronto's Exhibition Stadium. He surrendered 5 runs over 2 innings in a rough 14-0 loss. After going 4-9 in Toronto's expansion year, Clancy played his first full season in 78 with a respectable 10-12 record on a team that finished last in the AL East at 59-102. Now Clancy, along with star pitcher Dave Steve, eventually provided the bedrock for the Blue Jays starting rotation as the team became increasingly competitive. He was Toronto's opening day starter in 81 and 84. 6'4", 220 pounds, he had a 16-14 record with a 3.71 earned run average and 139 strikeouts in his 82 All-Star season, as the Blue Jays finished out of last place in AL East for the first time with a 78-84 record. He went 9-6 with a 3.78 ERA in 85, as the Jays won the division for the first time before falling in 7 games to the KC Royals in the AL Championship Series. Now, according to Steve Simmons, a very important Canadian sports writer and broadcaster, how durable was Jim Clancy at different times in his baseball history? He started more than 30 games 8 different times with the Jays. He pitched more than 200 innings 6 times. He threw 73 complete games. In the early years when the Jays didn't have much, they had Clancy. Now he ranks second in Blue Jay history in starts with 381, innings pitched 25-17, and complete games with 74. He eventually signed with the Astros after a disappointing 88 season in Toronto, where he had an 11-13 record and a 4.49 ERA as the Blue Jays failed to return to the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. He played his final campaign coming out of the bullpen with the 91 Braves. He earned his first ever postseason victory in the 3rd game of the World Series as Atlanta defeated the Twins 5-4 in 12 innings. He finished the series with a 1-0 record with a 4.15 ERA, but the Twins won the series in 7 games. Over his career, Clancy had a 140-167 record with a 4.23 ERA and over 1,400 strikeouts. Now, when I did an original podcast on Jim Clancy, it's been a few years, I basically said he was the beating heart of the Blue Jays. Now, again, born December 18th as James Clancy, December 18th, 55, the native of Chicago, again, big right-hander. The Blue Jays, 77-88, the Astros, 89-91, the Braves in 91. Now, he attended St. Rita of Casica High School in the south side of Chicago and was eventually drafted by the Rangers in the 4th round in the 74 MLB draft. Clancy played rookie-level baseball with the Rangers GCL team, where he had a record of 3-3 with a 2.72 ERA and 9 starts. When the Rangers moved Clancy up to the Anderson Rangers of the Western Carolinas for the 75 campaign, despite a respectable ERA of 3.83 and 23 starts, Clancy went 6-13. Eventually moved up to the San Antonio Brewers of the Texas League in 76. However, he had a rough season, posting a record of 6-8 with a 6.41 ERA and 23 starts. However, Bobby Maddock and some of the other scouts saw a lot of him, and he was taken in the 76 MLB expansion draft as a 6th pick. Now, he began his Blue Jays career playing with the Cleveland Indians AA affiliate, the Jersey City Indians of the Eastern League. Despite having a poor season with the squad, where he had a 5-3 record of 4.88 ERA and 20 starts, the Blue Jays called him up to the major league level. He made his MLB debut on July 6th, 26 again, against his former team, the Rangers. He eventually earned his first Major League victory in his next start with a complete game, allowing 7 hits and 1 earned run as Toronto defeated the Brewers 3-2. Now 78 again, 10 and 12. In an injury-plagued 79, he went 2-7 with 5.51 ERA in 12 games. 13 and 16 in 1980, and the short season strike, he was 6 and 12 with a 4.90 ERA in 81. Now 16 14 in 82, and had a perfect fourth inning in the All-Star game that year. 15-11 in 83, 13-15 in 84, but led the league in earned runs allowed with 125. 85, another injury-plagued season, but he pitched effectively when he was there, 9 and 6, and of course only played 1 inning in the LCS. He was injured. After a disappointing 86, as Clancy posted a 14-14 record with a 3.94 ERA, he followed with a strong year in 87 when he had 15-11 and a 3.54 ERA for the Blue Jays, but unfortunately he failed to qualify for the playoffs in both years. Final season in Toronto, when he struggled 11-13 with a 4.49 ERA, but the games he did finish, he was victorious. Signed as a free agent for the Astros. He struggled that season in 88 with a 7.14 record with a 5.08 ERA. Now, he made his Astros debut in 89. My apologies. 7-14 that year. Now 19, between starting and bullpen work, he went 2-8 with a 6.5 ERA and was sent down to Tucson in the PCL. Now 91, he spent the season working on the bullpen, and despite a 0-3 record, he was effective, as he had a 2.78 ERA in 30 games and earned 5 saves. He was eventually traded to the Braves for the playoffs for Matt Turner. When he appeared in 24 games with the Braves, all in the bullpen, he was 3-2 with a 5.71 ERA, helping Atlanta win the division. In the LCS, he made only 1 appearance, getting the only batter out that he faced as the Braves divided the Pirates for a spot. And again, in the World Series, 1-0 with a 4.15 ERA. Now, he did sign a minor league deal after becoming a free agent in 92, but he retired during spring training in that campaign. Now, again, died on July 13th, 2025, and announced by the Blue Jays. So Jim Clancy, again, I saw him in 83 at the Exhibition Stadium, the early part of his career, and that was the big years with Mosby and Barfield and Collins and all the young stars. But Jim Clancy, there's an Nabisco card of him, I think, from in the 90s, and basically said the heart and soul of the Blue Jays pitching staff, besides Dave Steve. So if the left side of the heart was Dave Steve, the right side, no pun intended, was Jim Clancy. He will be missed. And a lot of Blue Jay fans are only hearing it today because the Blue Jays played against Oakland. I think he passed away after the game was concluded. So Jim Clancy, there's a place in heaven for all good people, and I hope you're going to be there. And if you're pitching out of the bullpen, you and Ricky Henderson can, do some batting practice, because Ricky always said he liked hitting against you. So that was an inside joke when he started playing with the Blue Jays. He said, "What do you like being with the Blue Jays?" He said, "Yeah, I like Jim Clancy." He said, "Hit him good." So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what they're doing here with our Toronto Blue Jays tribute podcast, let us know in the like, comment, subscribe, or share.